Hello, all. It's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces High Priestess, here for another one of my missing mysteries. I do hope each and every one of you are doing well and feeling well on tonight. Tonight's missing mystery is going to be for a lady by the name of Wanda Faye Walker. Okay, Wanda Faye was 60 years old when she went missing from Nashville, Tennessee. Hold on. This is Miss Wanda Faye Walker. She is most known as Faye by most of the people that know her. But tonight's missing mystery is going to be for Miss Walker. Okay? So without any further ado, we are going to jump right into tonight's missing mystery. Here's a couple of other pictures of her, if y'all can see that. Miss Wanda Faye. Okay. So Miss Wanda Faye Walker, she has been missing since October 4th of 2016. The place that she is missing from is Nashville, Tennessee. Her date of birth is June 24th, 1956. Her born place was Nashville, Tennessee. She has brown hair, but it was dyed blonde, which is what you see in the picture. So when she went missing, her hair was blonde. She has brown eyes. Her height was 5 foot 7 inches tall. She weighed about 180 pounds. She is female and she is black and or African American, whichever you prefer. Like I told you at the beginning of this, Miss Wanda Walker is known most by her middle name, which is Faye. Okay? So the situation pertaining to her is actually quite a bit of information with this, which, you know, I'm always glad to get, because more often than not with a lot of these cases, it's just so vague. It was like the person was there one day and they were gone the next, and it's like nobody's seen anything, heard anything, know anything. So it's like, okay, you know, I got my work cut out for me. Let me figure out what happened. But there's actually a lot of information pertaining to this situation, and so it is as follows. Wanda Faye Walker, who at the time was 60 years old, she was last seen leaving her residence in the 1400 block of 11th Avenue South, Nashville, Tennessee on October 4th of 2016. She had been residing there with her cousin. After 3 days of not being able to find their grandmother, the family reported Wanda missing to the police. Wanda was an employee of the local Dollar Tree store, and she had missed 2 days of work, which was very unlike her. So, you know, it kind of rose suspicions. It made, you know, people very worried about where could she be, what was wrong with her, what was going on. Okay. However, her car was located 1 week later in the 1000 block of Wade Avenue. The car contained many of her personal belongings that she would have taken with her had she simply just decided to run away. The car also contained evidence of a struggle of some kind. So a lot of the things that was in the car was kind of, you know, just thrown about. It was, you know, very, you know, just kind of tossed around and dismayed within her vehicle. Um, and it is also believed that Wanda had some type of physical confrontation with someone that she knew. The person then drove Wanda's car to the location on Wade Avenue and left it in that area because of their familiarity excuse me, with the location. Also located inside the car was a significant amount of plant material called private or privet. Okay, it's Privet. I believe it's private or privet. Okay, so however that is pronounced, but it's some type of plant material. Okay, so I did do a spirit reading for Miss Wanda Walker. I'm going to get into that. I also pulled some extra messages here that I mean, what happened to her is so ridiculous, y'all. Like, oof, it really kind of drives me. Like, what this woman went through. She was 60 years old, for goodness sakes. Like, what she went through, my goodness. Nobody should be dealing with and going through at 60 years old, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that. But I'm going to get into the spirit reading. And I'm going to share the extra messages from Spirit with you all. This is a very, sad state of events. I actually did something new with her at the end, which I think I'm going to start doing for the other missing individuals that I do readings for, and just kind of contact Spirit and it's basically where I contact Spirit and to see if the person has made it to the light yet, to see if the person has crossed over. They're actually two different things. Most people think that both goes hand in hand, but it is not. It is actually possible for a person to cross over but not have made it to the light, especially when a person, something has been done to a person and their soul is not at rest, they're not at peace. They can kind of roam between this world and the next world, or and so they cross over because their flesh is no longer living, but their soul still is, and they could be in a lot of turmoil and even hunting individuals who have done them wrong and things like that. And it just takes some people longer to cross over whose spirit is not at rest and who was not ready to go. Like if a person died and it wasn't their time to go, a lot of times you will see that. Okay, so I am going to get into this reading for Miss Wanda Faye. Excuse me, Wanda Faye Walker, okay? So my spirit guides tell me that the circumstances around Miss Wanda Faye Walker was a crime of passion, okay? This was definitely a crime of passion. What happened to Miss Wanda Faye? My spirit guides tell me that Wanda Faye Walker's boyfriend hurt her on the day that she disappeared. My spirit guides tell me also that from family, friends, other people that she was in communication or connection with, they would know exactly who this boyfriend is, and or his whereabouts, possibly in where he lived as well. So I would encourage the local authorities or whomever else is working on this case. My spirit guides are telling me there are definitely people that you all did not talk to, did not interview, who has valuable information pertaining to this case. Okay, my spirit guides tell me that the boyfriend hurt Wanda because she was breaking up with him. Okay, there was some type of situation that occurred, and Miss Walker decided that she didn't want to deal with that. She didn't want to be a part of that. She wanted to break up with her boyfriend, and so he was very upset by her not wanting to be with him anymore. My spirit guides tell me that Wanda was breaking up with her boyfriend because he cheated on her. Okay, and so I pulled some tarot cards or whatever, but when I looked at the tarot, like I could totally see what was going on. Okay, it was like him, it was Miss Wanda, and the Three of Cups came up, which clearly specifies a third party situation. Three is a crowd, especially when you're supposed to be in like, this platonic, type of relationship between you and another person. So, and basically everything that I'm describing to you now, excuse me guys, somebody don't want me to get this message out. Messing with my throat chakra. But, yeah, so my spirit guides are telling me that the boyfriend was upset with her. Wanda actually was breaking up with the boyfriend because he had cheated on her. I do believe this. I feel like this was something that he did all the time, whether she knew or not. Whether this was the first time that she found out that he was cheating, um, I'm not sure of. But I feel from I can feel his energy, and I feel like this is something that he did all the time. But like Wanda was supposed to be like his main chick, you know, and yeah, he had some addictions, and so this was something that he did all the time behind her back. Um, my spirit guides told me that the boyfriend was cheating with a younger girl or lady woman. Okay, um, which caused even more tension in the situation. Okay, it's all, I mean, because Miss Wanda was 60 years old. Okay, so we're talking about, of course, she was dating like an older guy, you know, kind of probably close to her age or whatever. And so, you know, he had this passion for younger Punani. Okay, so he was messing with this younger woman. Um, I asked my spirit guides, is Wonder Walker still alive? Of course, my spirit guides told me no. My spirit guides then go on to tell me that Wonder Walker's boyfriend is, in fact, the person who killed her. Um, but there's actually more to that, because he's not the only person that is involved. But at this point in time in the reading, my spirit guys, once I found out that she wasn't alive and all this, the situation with the boyfriend, and she was going to break up with him and he was upset, I just went ahead and asked, did he hurt her? My spirit guide said yes. I asked, did the boyfriend kill her? My spirit guide said yes. And then my spirit guides told me that the boyfriend abducted her. He ended up taking her. At some point, and he took her somewhere else, to dispose of her. Okay, so on the day that Miss Wanda Faye Walker went missing, Wanda went to meet with her boyfriend. Okay, there was an altercation that happened when she went to meet with her boyfriend. Something happened there, and then from there she was taken to a different location, which is where, you know, she was disposed of. But there was an altercation that happened, that I'm gonna get into in a minute. Okay. Um, my spirit guides do tell me that Wonder Walker, she was strangled as well as she was shot. Okay, to death. And this is actually the injuries that she sustained that caused her death. Wonder Walker's body was also, my spirit guides told me that her body was thrown in a lake. But this lake is not like, I don't feel like this lake is like on edge, like, you know, like you could drive by it, like you could drive down the street and you could see the lake over here or whatever. Like it's in a wooded area, it's in a grassy tree wooded area, like it's in the middle of um of an area with a lot of trees and grass and things like that or whatever, is where Wonder Walker's body was thrown in the lake at, is where her body was disposed of. My spirit guides tell me that the lake where Wonder Walker's body can be found is in the middle of the woods. Like I told you, it's like in the middle of like a, it doesn't even have to be like a big wooded area. It could be, but I literally see the bed of water that she is in the middle of these of this grassy area, tree area. So I feel like getting up to where that is, like you couldn't drive by and see the lake. Like you would have to park um, somewhere in the area or at a distance or wherever, and maybe walk across some grass or a field or something. Then you got the trees all around, and you go up in there, and there's a bed of water that's like a lake that is there, and that's where her body is and can be found. My spirit guides tell me that on the day that Wanda went missing, she met up with her boyfriend. There was a situation that happened. She was meeting up with him to break up with him. Like I said, this guy was a serial cheater. He thought he was a player. He thought he was that old Thundercat type of old guy. That still think he pimping or something or whatever. So, Wanda was going to break up with him. There was a fight that happened. There was arguments, a lot of fighting, fussing, and cussing that went on in this situation. Wanda then ended up being attacked. She ended up being hurt. And like I said, there was like a big fight, a big argument before all of this occurred, where Wanda ended up getting hurt and harmed severely to the point where she lost her life. Okay, my spirit guides tell me that the boyfriend had help disposing of Wanda's body as well. So, like I said, the boyfriend did not work alone. Okay, as a matter of fact, the boyfriend was not at home alone when Wanda got to his house to see him, to meet up with him. Okay, my spirit guides tell me that Wanda Walker caught her boyfriend with his other woman on the day that she went to see him. So this is the reason why the fight, the argument, the whole big shebang went down, and it was like, the side piece chick and Wanda's boyfriend that's like double teaming up on her, and it just kind of it went haywire. Okay, it was a bad situation quick. Um, So, like I said, Wanda Walker caught her boyfriend with his other woman, this other girl, the girl that he had been messing around with. My spirit guides tell me that Wanda's boyfriend had his girlfriend to help him kill as well as dispose of Wanda's body. Um, Also, my spirit guides tell me that this girl, the reason why, and I'm like, these are older people. I'm like, the easiest thing to do is to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've made a conscious decision that you don't want to be with somebody anymore, or, there's some type of discrepancy in the relationship, like somebody cheating on you and you don't want to take them back or forgive them or whatever. Like, the easiest thing to do is to leave. You understand? These are older people. You understand? You would think fighting, fussing, cussing, acting a fool, showing out would be more for younger people would act like that. But when like you up of age, like Miss Wanda was, she was 60 years old. So I feel like maybe she was dating somebody around, her age. And so, but y'all, I'm saying this to say it was more than the fact that Wanda was breaking up with him. He didn't want Wanda to tell on him, which is why why things went down the way it did. And this is because the boyfriend's side piece, little girlfriend, was like a teenager. She was a teenager. My spirit guides tell me she was in her late teens, but she was a teenager. So she was like she was between her teens and 20. Okay, is what my spirit guides are telling me. So I mean, late teens to 20, I feel like you still, you come and going as you please, you doing what you want to do type of thing. And so it wasn't like a situation like where this girl was there against her will or something like that or whatever, because my spirit guides specifically tell me that Wanda's boyfriend was this girl's sugar daddy. Okay, so the side piece little young chick was with the older dude because this was her sugar daddy or whatever. But um, my spirit guides tell me that the big problem was the fact that like he didn't want Wanda to tell anybody. On top of the fact that she was breaking up with him and different things, because he was a serial cheater. He cheated like all the time on her or whatever. And I mean, it's one thing for somebody to cheat, make a mistake or whatever, and you take the person back, y'all try to work on a relationship and this, that, and the other or whatever. It probably, they probably could have done that, but the mere fact that he was cheating with women way younger than Wanda, that also made her feel some type of way because, like I said, this was a 60-year-old woman. You understand? And like, if you messing with like a 20-year, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old girl, 18, 19, 20, something like that, she was. So she was at legal age where she could do what she wanted to do, but she was still way younger than them. You understand? And he was her sugar daddy, so he was like tricking off on this shit. And so, just like Wanda just didn't like it, or whatever. And so, it was this issue where it was about more than her knowing that he had cheated, because I believe that she knew that he had cheated before, type of thing. You understand? So like, at this point, she was just kind of fed up. She was like, no, you know what, we just gonna break up, you do what you want to do. And he was really upset by that, and it became a big problem because I believe in the midst of the argument, Wanda probably popped off and said something, like she was going to say something, or something about who he was with or whatever. But honey, there was like a big whole ordeal that went down. Um, you know, are surrounding this situation. My spirit guides also tell me too that the boyfriend was also into the dark arts, like witchcraft practices and things like that, which played a part in things that went on pertaining to their relationship and things. And I believe he was probably using dark arts. Some form of witchcraft to try to keep her in check, keep her under control, type of thing for the longest. So, which is probably why they was, she continued to be with him or whatever, with all of this stuff going on. But I guess it just got to a point where, Wanda just kind of didn't care no more. She was like, you know what, nah, it's over or whatever. So that's what happened with that situation. My spirit guys tell me that Wanda's boyfriend was a serial cheater. Like I told y'all, he thought he was a little player, a little pimp, honey, and he had a passion for this sweetness for young puss. And he was a trick daddy. I mean, he was a sugar daddy, and he ain't had no problem with being that. But at the same time, he wanted to keep that. He wanted to keep his older woman in the corner pocket. You feel me? You know, um, have her over on the side as like this, the backup plan. She was the main chick, but he treated her like she was the side chick and was giving most of his time and his money to the young chicks. So, my spirit guys tell me that the side piece, which, this other girl, this woman or whatever, tried to fight Wanda as well. So when Wanda showed up at the house. Now, what pissed me off about this here is Wanda's boyfriend called her to come over. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Wanda popped up out the blue. He called her. This is what lets me know that this was a setup. Like, this was premeditated. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was some other things that was going on while this took place too. Like, this is a situation that went on surrounding how she got hurt, how she ended up disappearing, how she ended up dead. But y'all, it's other people that's linked to this. Like, this woman was set up. Like, this was a blood sacrifice. And I'm gonna get to how I know that more in just a minute. But it really kind of pissed me off that he called her over there knowing full well his side piece was there. This is how I know, like, the whole setup was happening, what's going on. At this point, he wasn't even hiding the fact that, old girl was there at his house or whatever. This how I know that it was like some other underhanded stuff going on. And, he was setting this woman up. So when she got there, his little young chick, she popping off at the mouth. She going off on the woman. And, she a young chick. So she start fighting this old woman, this older woman. I mean, like, she wasn't like old like that. But, I mean, she still was of age. She was 60 years old. And you got this young girl that's up in here with your man that you thought was your boyfriend. And I be doggone, you get there and she come out and pop off. She want to fight you. When you the main chick, she the side chick. You understand me? Oh, child. These side pieces, honey, they don't know their place, child. They don't know their place. They ain't got no home training and they ain't got no hoe training. Do you understand me? Look at this right here. Side piece don't know her place. Child, look. Anyway, though. So that's went on. That's what went on, y'all. So Wanda's boyfriend, like I said, was the sugar daddy to this young lady, to this young girl that he was messing with. Okay, that was his side piece or whatever. My spirit guys tell me that the little sugar baby girlfriend was responsible for Wanda's death also. So like they tag teamed against Wanda. Wanda's boyfriend and his little side piece, sugar baby. And like jumped on this woman. You understand me? Like attacked her, choked her out, and ultimately ended up shooting her. Okay, and they went together. They worked together. They went together to dispose of her body. And do you know? Do you? I'm gonna get to it in a minute. I'm gonna get to it in a minute. He had the sugar baby side piece chick is the one who drove her car. Like the boyfriend drove his vehicle while he had the his sugar baby side piece drive Wanda's car to the place, to the spot where it was that her car was discarded at. I'm like, what you say? Really? You know, like you could have had her to drive your car and you drove Wanda's car. No, you had this little chick get in your old lady car and drive to dispose of her car somewhere. So like it's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't know what type of forensics the police department doing. I don't even understand what they is doing with their life, honey. Because they should have, when they found that car, they should have fingerprinted that car, the steering wheel, everything. Because I know there's fingerprints up in there. I know it is. That's common sense. Okay. I love murder mysteries, true crime mysteries. I watch all the crime shows. Okay, honey. I know how the forensics go. I know what the CSI do. You understand me? How come y'all didn't fingerprint that car? The fingerprints on the door handle. I see it. I see it. Almost like I got that aluminum stuff and I can just spray. You know how they spray and you can find blood spots, all kind of stuff. And with the duster thing, and then you can find the fingerprints. I can see the fingerprints in my mind, y'all. This girl fingerprints is on the door handle, is on the steering wheel, is on the middle console thing. That girl fingerprints is all around that car. Y'all found the car. How you find some evidence, but you don't do no you don't fingerprint it? That don't even make sense. That don't make logical sense. Like, what are y'all doing with your life? This is your job. Like, what are y'all doing? I know this. Oh, y'all play too long. Y'all be getting on my nerves. Um. Okay, so like I said, um, the little sugar baby girlfriend, she was responsible for Wanda's death too. They like her and the boyfriend, they tag team Wanda and was like and fought her, choked her out, shot her and everything, and then went and disposed of her body, right? So my spirit guys tell me that Wanda's body was disposed of where her body is disposed of. Remember how I told you that she was like dumped in this wooded area or grassy area in this lake? It's that place is only about, my spirit guys tell me, 10 minutes. 10 minutes away from where her car was discarded at. Where they dumped the car at, her body is only 10 minutes away from there in this area that I'm talking about, y'all. That's what my spirit guys tell me. Okay? That Wanda's body was disposed of 10 minutes away from where her vehicle was located. My spirit guys also tell me that the side piece girlfriend, like I just told y'all, drove this woman car, drove Wanda's car and disposed of it where it was found at. The boyfriend ordered her to do this, had her to drive this woman car. Do you understand? Had her to drive this woman car. Ooh, y'all don't understand. And that was just so stupid anyway. That was just really stupid anyway. Because if the boyfriend had drove the car and they had a fingerprint, it wouldn't have really been suspicious to find a person's, boyfriend's fingerprints in their car, because what I'm saying, she probably had let him drive all the time. Sometimes, drive them around. They go in place together, whatever. Now you let the side piece chick, the little sugar baby. You let her drive the car with her little silly young self. Okay. Um, so like I said, the side piece girlfriend drove Wanda's car and disposed of it where it was found. Also, Wanda Walker's death was no accident, like I told you all. This was premeditated murder. This was a planned blood sacrifice. And there are other people who are involved besides the boyfriend and his little sugar baby girlfriend. They lured Wanda to the boyfriend's house for this to go down. But there are other people who are involved. Like, this blood sacrifice, you would think because of the situation that this was solely on her boyfriend and this other chick. They are the ones who pulled this off. But the blood sacrifice was not for them. The blood sacrifice was for her family. Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you. Wanda's boyfriend to call her to meet him to set her up. This is how all of this went down, y'all. This is how I know this was premeditated murder. This was already set up. This is a planned blood sacrifice. And the boyfriend and his little side piece sugar baby girlfriend, they was nothing but peasants that was used to set this whole thing up and lure Wanda away. Okay, my spirit guys tell me that the boyfriend wanted Wanda dead because he, like I told you all, he thought that she would tell about him being with younger women or younger girls or whatever, however, young ladies, however you want to look at it. Okay, and also the boyfriend made the young lady, this girl help him. He like literally, he like literally had control over this other little, this little young tenderoni that he was messing with. So like whatever he said went. So when he was like, help me this, do this, do that, she was down for it. She did it or whatever. So, I found that weird, but my spirit guide specifically told me that he made her to participate and to help. So she was following his orders. Also, my spirit guides tell me that Wanda was killed at her boyfriend's house. So where she was actually attacked, where she was actually killed, was at the boyfriend's house. So once again, to law enforcement, I don't understand how somebody come up missing. Just like if a person popped up dead, you need to be investigating all suspects. You understand me? You need to talk to family members, co-workers, boyfriends, girlfriends, anybody that was in association with, communication with, anything. You said that all of her belongings was found in the car. I'm sure this woman had a cell phone or something. You should have looked and seen the last numbers that she called and who she talked to, and seen what text messages she had, if she was into texting or anything like that. How did this woman come up missing? But you don't find out if she had a boyfriend or something and talk to him. You understand? You probably talked to her cousin, which is who she was living with at the time. And maybe the people who reported her missing, which to my understanding was her grandchildren. Okay? But you ain't talked to nobody else. You just took their word for it that this woman just vanished, went missing, and that was it. It don't even seem like y'all done put forth no efforts. But I know why you didn't. Because this is a blood sacrifice. And I'm going to get to it in a minute. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know because I know. Y'all play too much. Y'all get on my nerves with this wicked mess. So like I said, Wanda was killed at her boyfriend's house. This is where this whole altercation, the attack, and the murder went down. From there, she was taken to be disposed of in the spot that I told you all was, and then her car was discarded as well. My spirit guys tell me that Wanda Walker's boyfriend, he is currently in jail right now, but he is in jail for another crime. He's not in prison, he is in jail. So the county jail in Nashville, Tennessee, my spirit guides are telling me that he is already in custody. Whoever this boyfriend is, y'all need to talk to them. My spirit guides also tell me that the family members know more. Okay? Y'all need to talk to the family members. They know who her boyfriend was, who she was dating, who she was talking to. They know where he lived, what his name is, or whatever. And you ain't even got to go, you know what I'm saying? You need to go to his house. because my spirit guys tell me that there is still evidence that's there at that house, whether it's the murder weapon or a blood spatter somewhere or something, because that woman was killed at his house. Okay, I told you she was strangled and she was shot. He still got that gun, but right now I don't know what he done. But my spirit guys tell me that he's in the county jail right now on another crime. And it's probably some type of petty crime or something like that. It could be for anything. Too many traffic tickets, DWI. It could be for anything, but it's something petty because he's in the county. Okay. So he can easily, basically by me saying that, he can easily be found, and his fingerprints is already on record. Okay, they already in CODIS. Everybody get friend and fingerprinted when you go up in there. Y'all got pictures of them already. You got fingerprints of them already. But see, I know even more to this, and it really pisses me off. But I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute what my spirit guy said at the end, and I'm gonna start doing this for all these missing persons, for all the victims. It's something that I haven't been doing for the other ones, and I really kind of hate it. But for some reason, spirit just told me to do it when it came to this, because I don't know, I was just led to do it. I'm led by spirit. So if spiritually I feel something, or I'm led to do something, or ask my spirit guides about something, then I follow direction. I do that, and then I get other things to just kind of blow my mind, and I'm like, wow, okay, that's messed up, but it is what it is, and all I can do is give you all the information that I get. Okay, so like I said, Wanda Walker's boyfriend is currently in the county jail in Nashville, Tennessee right now on another crime, some type of petty crime. Also, Wanda Walker's family have valuable information that hasn't been shared with the police. I'm telling y'all, they have information that they have not told the police, okay? And they know more about the boyfriend. They know exactly who the boyfriend is. They know what his name is. They know where that man lives and everything. But they have other valuable information pertaining to this case. Okay. Also, my spirit guides tell me that the family know more about what exactly happened to Wanda. Okay, and they also know about the crime. They know more about the crime than what they're saying. So even the individuals that you all have spoken to, they know what happened to Wanda. They know more about the crime than they have shared with the authorities. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I had to get some to drink. Okay. Also, my spirit guides tell me that, like I said, this was all set up. This was all planned. That woman was set up. Okay. And she was set up by her family. The blood sacrifice was for the family. And the reason for this was like a family sacrifice. Okay. And the boyfriend and his little side piece, little sugar baby girlfriend that he had, they was just used as patsies. And I know they was used as patsies, and to be the fall guys, because if it came to that, they were used as patsies, because I specifically asked my spirit guides, the boyfriend, he, even though he has this satanic demonic side of him, he's not linked to any type of like secret societies or anything, Freemasonry, or any type of a brotherhood like that or anything. He don't have no connections with that, but he do have this satanic demonic side of him that I was able to pick up. I was feeling his energy off of, and it came out in the cards as well. My spirit guides tell me that the family wanted Wanda sacrificed. Okay. And also Wanda's family members are, she has family members who are tied into these satanic powers that be. She has family members who are Freemasons, or who are Eastern Stars, who are linked back to the cult. They are part of brotherhoods and sisterhoods and different things like that. And she was a blood sacrifice for the family. The boyfriend and his little side piece, sugar baby girlfriend, they were patsies. They were the fall guys. You know what I'm saying? They was the ones that was used to basically run the whole operation to set up the whole ordeal. But she was actually a sacrifice for her family. Okay. Before I get into the extra messages here, I just want to tell you that, like I said, I went into some extra that I don't normally do with the other victims. But this situation just really pissed me off because I'm like, this woman was too old for this. You think this a mess that you would go through being young, dumb, living careless, reckless, living in sin and some more mess? You could run into these type of situations. You with somebody, they cheating, you run up on the other chick, y'all start fighting. Stupid crap like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you know better, you do better. You understand? When you older, you supposed to get wise. So you ain't living that life like that no more. You understand? So, and this one was 60 years old. It's just a doggone shame that he had this little young girl jump on this woman like this. And it was just a doggone shame that she was just killed the way she was. And I'm like, this lady is old. She lived to be 60 years old just to be treated like this and go through this mess. It's stupid. So, I don't, ugh. It really kind of made me mad, y'all. I had to go. After I did the reading, everything you said, I said, like, I just had to get my feelings and my emotions and things in order because I set myself aside. How I feel about this, that, and the other. I really kind of set it aside because I just want truth and clarity to come through when I give you all these readings, and it not to be solely based off of how I feel, how I think, or a bunch of speculation or this, that, and the other. I don't want it to be like that. I ask for true and accurate messages and clarity, and I be wanting, my spirit in a calm, type of state when I get these messages in and stuff. So, honey, after I did the reading, honey, I went and took me a bath and soaked for a little bit, and then, I came back and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this or whatever, because it just really kind of pissed me off. This one was too doggone old to be going through this. The family trifling, her sorry tale boyfriend trifling, his little sugar baby trifling. I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them because they got negative energy. So that's just what it is. But like I said, I did some extra at the end of this reading. Technically, that was the end of the spirit reading, but I did. My spirit guides was steady giving me information pertaining to this. And this is really the part that really kind of pissed me off, because normally when I do these readings, once I give you all the cards and lay the spread, I feel certain energy. I can tell you sometimes, if the victim is gonna be found, if the suspects are gonna be found, what might take place after this. Y'all, this situation right here is so doggone dirt. This is why I had just get up. I had just get up when I got through. I just got up. I went and took me a bath and to relax because it really pissed me off. But spirit really came through because everything that I gave y'all is true and is accurate. My spirit is saying, but it's some shiesty crap around this stuff, and it really made me mad because when I was pulling her card, so the extra messages, I got this one card that say crooked cops and shady government. They kept on trying to pop it, like it kept on trying to pop out. And I'm like, why is this coming out? Because I didn't think, you know, her situation would be like on that level that other type of stuff was going on. And so I put the card back, and, Spirit was coming through, was trying to tell me it was some other stuff to this. Nevertheless, the extra messages that I got pertaining to this reading is as follows. My spirit guides tell me that Wanda won't be found because no attempt will be put forth to actually find her and locate her body. My spirit guides tell me that those responsible for the disappearance and the death of Wanda Faye Walker will not be captured either. I was frustrated by them two things, and I'm like, why, spirit? And my spirit guys I'm talking about just as plain said, because there is a cover up. That is exactly what I said, or exactly what spirit said. Because I was just like, when I got the two things that I just told you all, I'm like, why, spirit? And the exact message I got, Spirit say, there is a cover-up. So because of the fact that this woman was a blood sacrifice, and she was a blood sacrifice for the family, and so everybody that's involved, even the individuals who pulled off the crime, my spirit guys are saying ain't nothing gonna be done about it. They're not gonna go out there and, they're not gonna basically take heed to the information I gave them and go out there and find this woman's body, go interview the suspects or anything. And my spirit guys said because it's a cover up. Because it would implicate too many people, because it would display the fact that she was set up not only by her family who recruited the boyfriend and all of this or whatever to pull all this out. It would implicate, and then that implication would link them back to the satanic powers that be. You understand? Now we talking about people high in power. I was so thorough. I had to get up and I just had to go on. Go take me a bath and relax for a minute. So my spirit guides also told me that someone in the family or several people in the family are sellouts to these satanic powers that be. They are Luciferians or Satanists, devil worshippers, however you want to see it. And they're also a part of secret societies like Freemasonry or Eastern Stars. They are part of certain brotherhoods and sisterhoods, okay? So this is the reason why that this sacrifice was made. On the family needed a sacrifice, and she was who they chose to sacrifice, okay? So this was a setup. So like I said, this was a setup for a purposeful blood sacrifice. Also, my spirit guides tell me that the boyfriend was just a patsy who was used as a fall guy for the crime should they decide to need him. So basically the only way that he was the patsy, period. He was the one who was triggered to pull off the crime. Okay, but he's also the fall guy. But the only thing that would make a patsy the fall guy is if there had been an eyewitness that seen him, or if they found her body and it linked back to him, type of thing. Then they would have made him the fall guy, even though he was a part of the setup too. And see, these people who are sellouts, even when they get busted for certain crimes and things like that, they can't speak. Because if they do, they'll be killed in prison. They'll be killed. Probably had to cut their tongues cut out and things. When you take these oaths and things, they'll be part of their little ritual things. They cut their tongue out, yeah. I don't know what they fool with this mess. Nevertheless, though, that's what my spirit guides say. Also, my spirit guides tell me that the blood sacrifice of Wanda Walker was for the family, like I told you. And in conclusion of speaking to Wanda Faye Walker, my spirit guides tell me that Wanda has crossed over, but Wanda has not made it to the light yet. Her soul is stuck in darkness because her soul is not at rest. So I'm going to do some things to see can I help Wanda to make it to the light, because my spirit guides tell me that Wanda's spirit is hunting those who harmed her. So she is actively, if the family members was truthful and the boyfriend was truthful, like the people that's closest to her that was a part of this, if they was truthful with anybody, I guarantee they would tell them, they would tell people that some paranormal activity is going on around them, and different type of stuff is happening, because the Most High is saying that Wanda's spirit is hunting those of them who harmed her, and this is the reason why she's stuck in, her soul is stuck in darkness. She has physically crossed over because her physical body is dead, but her soul has not made it to the light yet. You understand? Okay, y'all. Well, that concludes the reading for Miss Wanda Faye Walker. Y'all, that read made me so mad. That one was too damn old. Excuse my language, was too doggone old to go through that mess. Too damn old. Okay? So the extra messages I have here, side piece don't know her place. Okay? This little sugar baby side piece, she didn't know her place, because she should have kept her mouth closed and she should have stayed out of it. You the side piece, okay? That was her old man. She should have kept her mouth closed. These side pieces, I'm telling you, they ain't got no home training. They don't have no hoe training neither. These little side pieces get on my nerves. You need to learn your place. They get with folk and know good doggone well that they with somebody else and things, and you just don't know your place. And then want to disrespect the main chick when you see her. First of all, if you a side piece and you know you messing with somebody, first of all, you wrong for messing with somebody that you know is like married or something like that or whatever. But I mean, if you about that life or whatever, because it takes two to tango. You understand me? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes a person don't know or whatever, because a lot of these people lie. Now, if you don't know this nigga lied to you too, then that's one thing or whatever. But you still a side piece. You should know your place. You know there's a side piece place, and you should be in it. Okay? Because she was this man's old lady. Okay? He tricking off on you just because he got a weakness for some little young stuff. Okay, so you know your place. That's what's wrong with these side pieces. These side pieces be with these dudes. They know they got families, know they got wives, know they got girlfriends, know they got their at-home pussy and everything. And they want to call all times of the night. They want to pop up. They want to fall in love. You see them out in public with their family. You want to wave and act a fool. And then you want to turn up and act a fool when you knew full well that person had a whole family and children and everything. If he wanted to leave his family and be with you, he would have done that from jump. So you need to stay in the side place. Ooh, they get on my nerves, y'all. Next message I have here is crime of passion. This was clearly a crime of passion. Like I said, he was cheating with a younger chick, and he was tricking off, and he didn't want Wanda to tell. This was clearly a crime of passion. Even though he was used as a patsy in the situations. Spirits say burdens, there was burdens that was caused by others. So these burdens that was brought upon Wanda, this was caused by individuals in her family, as well as her old man that she was messing with, and everything that he had sent her through. Okay, this is the reason why this happened. Next, we have satanic sellouts. I just told you all, there's plenty of people both in the family and close to Wanda Faye Walker, who are clear sellouts to these powers that be, honey. And this is the reason why she was sacrificed. They hypocrites, okay? We have hypocrites here. They hypocrites. Low down, dirty hypocrites. You a hypocrite, okay? And use a low down, dirty shame. If you, I don't care what you a part of. I don't care what set you claim. You killing off your own race for the come up, for some position, title, or role, or some secret society that you in. And y'all stupid. Y'all is stupid. I don't even understand it. I don't even understand that. How you sell out to these powers that be and let them convince you that they want you to blood sacrifice your doggone family, and y'all go along with it for positions, titles, roles, money, or whatever. But you ain't never seen no white man go to no black man and tell or vice versa. You ain't never seen no black man go to no white man and tell him, hey, we want you to sacrifice somebody in your family for us to let you come up. Yeah, that don't work like that. So why in the hell are y'all so stupid to do that? Why do y'all sell out to these secret societies and then let these people tell you that you got to make a blood sacrifice to somebody close to you? That's just dumb as hell. So the next message is be your own boss, making major moves. My spirit guides tell me that Wanda Walker, she was a very hard worker. I believe she was even trying to get another job or getting a new job or some line of new employment where she was going to be making more money and different things like that. My spirit guide said me she was actually a very down-to-earth, sweet woman who was a hard worker. She was a nice lady. She didn't deserve this. This lady was 60 years old. Next message we have here is love. She actually loved that fool. She actually loved that fool. Next message we have is murder. She was clearly murdered in cold blood. In cold blood by Funky Cold Medina. Okay? The boyfriend, little sugar baby. That's who I'm calling Funky Cold Medina. Y'all old enough to know. Y'all know what song. Y'all know what song they come from. The next thing we have here is envy. There was clearly, obviously, individuals who was jealous and envious of Miss Walker, honey, and set her up. The next message we have here is someone you trusted has betrayed you and are very disloyal to you. Okay? That is several people, from individuals in her family, but predominantly her old man. Her boyfriend that he had, or she had, he betrayed her. And he was very disloyal to her on purpose, not even on accident. Not even like, oh baby, I slipped up, it was an accident, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Nah, just fool. Mm-mm. He was just disloyal all the way around. He completely betrayed her. And when you decide to take somebody else's life, you done completely betrayed them anyway. The next message we have here is plots, plans, and schemes. So like I said, this was a setup. It was clearly plotted, planned, and there were schemes and teams that came together to have Miss Walker sacrificed. Next message we have here is snapped. That fool snapped. The little young tenderoni snapped, as well as is her boyfriend that thought he was pimping, honey. That fool said pimping ain't easy, but somebody got to do it, honey. He was pimping. He was really tricking. He wasn't no pimp. He was tricking. The next message we have here, this is a dark energy card here. We have premeditated murder. This talks about plots, plans, schemes, and setups too. Premeditated murder. This was set up. Okay? Next we have death. Of course, she died. And her death was caused by premeditated murder. She was set up. Next message we have here is envy. Jealousy. What did I just say? She had people around her who was jealous, who was envious of her. And set her up like this. Next message we have here is watch your surroundings. Okay? There was a lot of things that was happening around her. Like, she wasn't seeing the red flags, but she should have been watching her surroundings. She should have been watching her surroundings because she was around a whole bunch of snakes and probably didn't even know it. Next message we have here is can't trust nobody. Clearly, obviously, she couldn't trust nobody, not even the people in her family, honey. Not her old man or nothing. She couldn't trust nobody but herself. And that heart of hers got her zipped up in her body bag. Well, she ain't even in a body bag. I can't even say that. The nice, genuine, kind heart she had, she ended up being killed. She ended up being killed for being a sweet lady. The next message we have here is sex addiction. Her old man had a sex addiction, honey. He had a thing for little young tenderonis, honey. He had a thing for young tenderonis, and he didn't mind tricking off to him. He had a sex addiction. I told you he was a serial cheater. He did this all the time. And Miss Wanda, she just got tired of it. She got tired of it. I believe he had cheated on her before. And, he came with his little sad little story or whatever he wanted to say or whatever. And she stayed with him, took him back, whatever, what have you, or whatever. But this here was the last straw. She come over there and you in here with this 18-year-old girl. She a 60-year-old woman. She don't have time for that. And obviously he had other addictions too, because I got another addiction card. This is like all the addictions on here, okay? This is straight toxicity, okay? This is talking about sex addictions, drug addictions, gambling addictions, alcohol addictions, porn addictions. That fool was just addicted. You understand? To everything. Toxic. The next message I have is get out. Don't look back. I feel like this message came out. I believe that fool told her to get out. To get out, either get out her car when he got to her house, get out, or get out his house or something like that. And that's when they like attacked her from behind, and then they say don't look back, and it was over with. She looked back and it was over with. They took her out. The next message we have here is karmic lovers and friends. Clearly that fool was a karmic. Clearly that little young girl he was fooling with was a karmic. Clearly her friends and family that she had around her was karmics. Okay? Because they all in the setup. Next message we have here is blood sacrifice. I told y'all Miss Wanda Faye Walker was a blood sacrifice. This is premeditated murder. She was taken out on purpose. She was set up by her own people. Our own race. People look just like her. Same color. everything. Next we have here is drug addiction. See, I told you that that boyfriend of hers, that old man of hers, he had more addiction. He had more addictions than one, honey. The next message we have here is new employment. Like I told you, Miss Walker was a hard worker. She really was. She was a hard worker. She was already working for the Dollar Tree. But my spirit guides is telling me that she had just got another job, was getting ready to get a new job or a second job or something. Um, and so yeah. And then her life was snuffed out. The next message we have here is cut the low vibrations off. And that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to cut that toxic food off. And he snapped, he wigged out on her. Probably sitting up in there getting high with that little young girl. Getting his rocks off. After he popped him a couple of, he can get it up. Oh, the next message we have here is the satanic powers that be. Okay, so clearly this is coming through. This is the reason why there's not going to be any justice in this case pertaining to Miss Wanda Faye Walker, because these satanic powers that be, and they cover up. The next message we have here is evil eye. Somebody was giving her the evil eye. People in her family was giving her the evil eye. Her old man was giving her the evil eye. Even that little young girl was giving her the evil eye, honey. We had the evil eye here. This is dirty, nasty looks, wishing ill upon you. The next message we have here is wicked witches. There's somebody, individuals that's around her who was wicked, and they were witches. And they was probably doing, this come up, somebody that was around her was doing some type of black magic, voodoo, some type of sorcery on her as well before they set her up. The next message I have here is they don't care about us. So clearly, obviously, those of them who was closest to her did not care about Miss Wanda Walker. They didn't care about her, or they wouldn't have done it the way they did. The next message we have here is a narc need help. Okay, clearly that boyfriend of hers was a narcissist. Okay, that's what narc stand for on here. He was a narcissist, and he need help because he got plenty of addictions, he got problems, he got issues. That's why it's that fool sitting in jail right now. Next message we have here is treated like an orphan. So she wasn't actually an orphan. I feel like this came out because this is how her family treated her. She was treated like she was, the little bald head stepchild. You know what I'm saying? She was treated like the Cinderella, the nobody, the little, like nobody really cared about her or something like that. She was treated like an orphan. Next message we have here is the whole karmic family is evil to the core. The whole karmic family is evil to the core. That's just awful. That's how I feel about these folks that's supposed to be my folks. Huh? Them folks ain't no kin of mine. They ain't no friend of mine. They karmics. And they evil to the core. The next message we have here is set up gone wrong. So that little setup, what they playing, honey, it went all awry. Okay, and it was all bad. The next message we have is liars, cheaters, and thieves. Okay, so this can pertain to a lot of people that was around Miss Wanda. The next message is don't believe nothing they say, all lies. This is pertaining to her little ugly boyfriend that she had. Everything he came out that fool mouth was a lie. She couldn't believe nothing that he said. Because he wasn't nothing but a low down dirty shame. The next message is family crime mob. She got individuals in her family that's cutthroat. That's familiar with criminal activity. I told you it's certain ones of them that sell out to these satanic powers that be too. So when this family crime mob come out, they done been involved in other type of stuff. They live their life on edge, okay? Her boyfriend lived his life on edge. He always wanted some excitement, something to keep him excited, aroused. He messed with them little young girls like that because he wanted to make sure he still got it. He probably got the pop, ain't no telling how many Viagras to even get that thing up. And the soldiers probably ain't even marching no more. But anyway. The next message we have is devil worshippers. Okay, so I told you, my spirit guys came through and told me that the boyfriend was into some type of dark arts or witchcraft or something. I believe there was individuals in her family, especially with them linked to these powers that be, who were devil worshippers. Okay, and also with the witchcraft card coming out and things like that or whatever, they were doing, casting spells on her, doing things to her. The next message we have here is hate. There was individuals that hated her. They was jealous of her. They was envious of her. And they had hate for her. And it's why they set her up like this. That woman, she's 60 years old. That's just, ugh. The next message is the wicked around you are wearing a mask. So they was all wearing masks. From people in her family wearing a mask, smiling up in her face, gaslighting her, playing pretend like they loved her, cared about her, and this, that, and the other, and behind her back setting her up. Same thing with the boyfriend. The next message here we have the plot thickens. Okay? The plot thickens. So they all came together in the thick of it, honey, to pull this sacrifice off. The next message we have here is brother betrayal. She has a brother who betrayed her. This brother is probably the individual who is in the secret society, who is a Freemason, who needed a blood sacrifice of some kind and decided to blood sacrifice his sister, set his sister up. But there's some type of betrayal amongst a brother of hers. The next we have what I've been saying. Them folks ain't nothing but a low down dirty shame. Low down dirty shame. Okay, next thing we have here is illegal harassment. So she was being stalked and harassed, by people. Gaslighted by people. All kinds of things. The next thing we have is it's too risky. It's too risky. And I feel like this has to do with the boyfriends and his relations. And so, and like I told you, the other message I got is down to earth. She was a very down to earth woman. Okay? She was hard working. And next I have here, I am my team. The wise don't need friends. Or the wise don't have friends. I am my team. She was her team. Okay? She didn't worry about who didn't like her, who was envious of her, who was jealous of her, who didn't want to be her friend. She was her team. Okay? She was the only person she needed in her team. Soulless beings. Nothing but a bunch of soulless beings around her. The HNIC. Somebody thought they was the head nigga in charge around her. Whoever this head nigga in charge around her is the one who set up this sacrifice. And Wanda, she was trying to loose and release all people, places, and things attached to negative energy. That's what she was trying to do that day when she was trying to break up with that fool and get him out her life. She was trying to loose and release negative people, places, and things. And it just went all wrong. And then I got it again. Release, and let go of karmics. That's what that one was trying to do in her life. She was about to get her a new job, be making her some more money, so she can get her own place. Because, she was living with a cousin or whatever. And she was making major moves. She was making some boss moves or whatever. And she was going to cut off this fool. She didn't want to deal with him no more. Okay? And at the time, before this happened, she felt like she could survive if she only cut off the toxic people around her. Because I have here, I will survive. Okay, guys. So the next message, angel message I have here is you can't trust this person. She could not trust that boyfriend of hers. He lied and cheated on her like all the time, y'all. All the time. She was used to him doing this, but like this was the last straw. She went there to break up with him. Next card we have here is cheaters. Okay, he was clearly a serial cheater. And on this, I think you need to let it go. I think you need to let it go. Looks like another love TKO. Yeah, honey, she needed to let it go. She needed to let this cheater go. And that's what she was trying to do, and that thing went wrong. Then we have he or she, it's a he because she had a boyfriend, is cheating on you. Of course, serial cheater. What I tell you? He was a serial cheater. He did this all the time. She was tired. She was tired. And she was coming to break it off with him. But she had no idea that she was walking into a setup. They say you have a secret admirer at a distance. So I believe somebody else at a distance was, calling themselves liking her. You know, she was trying to do new things in her life or whatever. She needed to cut off this toxic person, and maybe she could have had a chance at a new love or something, a different relationship, somebody that was going to appreciate her or whatever. She was telling that fool to leave her alone. Leave me alone. That's what she wanted him to do. Leave her alone. He wouldn't leave her alone. He was toxic. And even though he was lying and cheating and sneaking and creeping and freaking and everything, he wouldn't let her go. And then it got to the point so you kill him. Or you kill her. Next here we have, he is lying to you. He constantly lied to her. Constantly lied to her. Narc relationships. I already told you he was a narcissist, okay? This was a narcissistic person. This is a narc relationship, okay? Those of you who don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with a narcissist, honey, it's a whole bunch of fighting, fussing, and cussing. Okay? So, the next messages I have here, I feel like this is pertaining. These popped out. I have lake here. Remember I told you all that my spirit guides told me that she was in a lake. Then I got trees. Then I got forest. That lake is is like in the middle of a grassy area with trees around it. Is where her body is, where she was thrown at. And obviously it might not be an area that people like visit often, because a lake it's not really as, it just, I guess it just kind of depends. Most lakes aren't that deep. um and but I think it's maybe an area that maybe people don't go out there often to do no fishing, or just walking by, or maybe they do, maybe they just, nobody's found her body or seen her body yet or whatever. But that's what my spirit guides are telling me. So she was definitely stabbed in the back here with the backstabber's card. Once again, this keeps coming up. She couldn't trust anybody. Not her family, not her friends, not her lover. She couldn't trust nobody. And she was trying to block all evil. She wanted this evil out of her life. She wanted to turn over a new leaf. And, she just wanted to get on with her life. She was too old for this shit. Excuse my language, y'all. Somebody is plotting against you. So while she trying to move on to bigger, better things in her life, get her life in order, loose and release toxic energy from around her and everything, somebody was plotting on her. The people closest to her was plotting on her the whole time. Hold on, y'all. Something. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I just heard something. I'm like, what the hell is that? Because my cats aren't out right now. I'm like, what the world? Oh my gosh. Okay. So the next message I have here is brokenhearted. She was definitely brokenhearted by someone. Well, not by someone. She was brokenhearted by her lover. Okay? Well, who she thought was her lover. She loved this man, but clearly this man did not love her the way she needed to be loved, the way she was supposed to be loved. Okay? Once again, she was a hard worker. This says work hard. She worked hard, There was a woman who, was just trying to keep her life in order, do what was right, and, just have a little love interest or whatever. And this is how she ended up being done. This is what ended up being done to her. It's horrific. The next message we have here is protect yourself. She was trying to protect herself by cutting off this toxic energy. But I mean, it was too little too late, And like I said, things just went horribly wrong. She went there that day with all intentions. He called her there. But she went there that day with all intentions to just break it off with him. She was tired of the mess. She was about to get new employment, like a second job or something. I can't say for sure that she was going to quit the job that she had, but I feel like she was gaining or going to get some type of new employment that was going to get her more money, so that she can do other things that she wanted to do in her life, like get her own place and what have you. But what we got here, ultimate betrayal. She was betrayed. She was betrayed by the people closest to her, and it was the ultimate betrayal because that betrayal took her life. Why? No love. We have no love here. This talks about cheaters, feeling lonely, feeling brokenhearted, lost feelings for someone, okay? A breakup on the no love card there. Next we have blackout here. I believe when Wanda was strangled, she ended up blacking out for a while because, like I said, she was strangled as well as she was shot. Okay? The next message we have here is you can't trust anybody, okay? Evil, wicked, deception. It says watch your back, okay? She could not trust these people that she was around. And I believe she even felt it. I believe she even knew it to a certain degree, okay? And this brought her sadness. And this is the reason why she was trying to get away from the toxic energy that was around her and everything. Why? Because there was nothing but pure evil around her. Demonically possessed individuals, devil worshippers, wickedness, okay? And it led to death. Okay? Y'all, it's so crazy. The noise that I just heard, guys, when I paused for a minute, is literally where I'm sitting. I'm sitting at my desk. And I have my other table here that I do my work on or whatever. But I'm next to my desk and it's next to this wall and things, y'all. It literally, I'm telling you. I'm sorry, I had to pause for a minute because like the dead is communicating with me right now. And it was literally like somebody was in the room with me and it was just like things that was moving. So I had to stop for a minute. I'm looking and like literally something was moving. Um, it's crazy. I'm not tripping y'all, but like seriously, it's like, when you're dealing with people who are missing, especially individuals who are dead, and you do this type of work, they will communicate with you in different ways. Something might, you might see an orb of light. You might see, something may fall, something may move, or something like that, or whatever. One of these days, I will come on here and show you. I have angels and spirit guides and things in my house all the time. And I know they're angelic beings because they're like beacons of light. Um, and so even when I'm not at home, I can check on my home in like every room because I have surveillance like all around my home, inside and outside or whatever. So oftentimes, like when I'm working, I'll check on the house and things like that, and it'd be like these orbs of lights just moving around the house. And these are actual beings or whatever, but like when you see them, it just looks like orbs of light. And yeah, I have them recorded. And so it'd be like so sweet, and it's like they'd be protecting the house. But anyway, so then we have kidnapper. Okay, so we know that after the boyfriend and his little side piece girlfriend harmed her, they ended up, practically, basically, you want to say kidnapping, taking her to dispose of her body elsewhere. This says stop, no new friends, okay? Haters, frenemies, no love, backstabbers. They don't care about you, okay? But this is also, this came out because even though he was a serial cheater and a liar and, mistreated her, he had this sick obsession with her. Like, didn't want to let her go. And that's what I was telling you all in the beginning. Like, the easiest thing to do is to leave. If you're not happy with somebody, leave. And you don't have to give up on your relationship like that or whatever. You don't have to give up on your relationship like that. If something is not working right, like if the sex is not good, or your person is not taking you out on dates or being romantic, or not very, you know, just whatever you want or you need within your relationship. It's good to talk to your partner about that. See, work on things together, try new things, different things to make the relationship work. As soon as, something, you don't like something, you don't have to jump up and, oh my God, I don't want to be with you anymore. So, but, and I believe that she like tried this with him. Like she tried and tried and tried, but like this person was just like a total jerk, okay? And he had no intentions on changing from his ways. And he would lie and say whatever whenever they, got into altercations and this, that, and the other, but he would not let her go. He had this obsession with her. Like, he didn't care to stop cheating on her, but he had this obsession with her where he did not want to let her go. And if he was going to let her go, he was going to kill her. And like that's literally what happened. And it's just like crazy. It's crazy how you don't want me, but you don't want nobody else to have me type of thing. Like, how does that even make sense? Especially when sucking and screwing whoever you want to, but you don't want nobody else to have me. And you have this obsession with me. Like, where they do that at? That's stupid to me. So next we have the devil in disguise. That fool was definitely the devil in disguise. This talks about somebody who is evil, who is two-faced, who is wicked, who is demonically possessed and everything. I believe it was a lot of people around her who was like the devil in disguise, okay? And ultimately she was betrayed, okay? Betrayal, this betrayal comes from backstabbers, once again, manipulators, liars, people that's disloyal, people that's got bad juju, people that's two-faced, deceivers, just like, all around no good type of a jerk, okay? So, we're going to get into these murder mystery oracles and the hidden truth pertaining to this situation, guys. And then we're going to wrap up the reading. Okay, so the first card here is additional evidence is at the crime scene. So like I told you all, Wanda Walker was killed at her boyfriend's house. Spirit is coming through and saying that there is some type of evidence at her boyfriend's house, whether it be the murder weapon, which would be the gun, or whether there's blood splatter or some type of DNA of some kind at the boyfriend's house, okay? The next message here, for what did I tell you all? Forensic science field will provide important clues. You see them fingerprints? Nashville police, do you see these fingerprints? How did you find the vehicle and not dust it for fingerprints? How did you not go and talk to her boyfriend, interview her boyfriend, or find out who he was? There is evidence, DNA evidence, that is at the boyfriend's home and that is in Wanda's car. And y'all just like totally disregarded it. The next message here we have killer profile indicates narcissist or psychopath. I told you the boyfriend is a straight up narc, y'all. He is a narcissist and he is a psychopath, okay? He is a psychopath and a narcissist. The next card we have here is spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. You see how there's a chick on here? I feel like that's the young girl. I feel like that's the young girl who like threw a fit, had a freaking temper tantrum with her teenage self, okay? Because it was just spontaneous behavior out of nowhere. This little side piece chick with mental illness issues jumped on this old lady. And I ain't like calling her old like that because I'm like, you in your prime when you're 60, or whatever. But I mean, come on, y'all. Everybody know you can get your AARP card, honey, when you 50. So you up there. But you know, this lady was 60 years old. Ain't no 60-year-old woman. I mean, you know, ain't no young woman got no business putting her hand on no 60-year-old woman. What is wrong with you? Mental illness. That's what's wrong with her. Mental illness. It says spontaneous behavior or mental illness contributed to the crime. Okay, you see that house there, right there, and you see her throwing this temper tantrum with her teenage self. This was the side chick. She fought that woman and helped this man kill her. Look at the next message. Jealousy, an affair, or love-related crime. Didn't I tell y'all? I ain't got no reason to lie, honey. I don't have no reason to lie. Jealousy, an affair, a love-related crime. That fool was cheating. His side piece was at the house. She threw a mental illness temper tantrum. And they end up killing this woman. Then I also tell you, look at this. Killer may currently be in prison for another crime. I don't think he's in prison though. I think he's in the county jail in Nashville, Tennessee. But his photo is in the database. His fingerprints is in the database. All of his information is in the database. Only thing you got to do is go to the family, figure out who her boyfriend was, and look him up in courts, okay? Because he in there. The next card we have here is interviews with relatives or friends. What I tell you? Y'all gonna learn how to listen to me one of these days. I know y'all think I don't know nothing. But I ain't just talking just to hear myself talk. Goodness. Interviews with relatives or friends may provide valuable clues. Didn't I tell you the family know more than what they are saying? Police don't know. You ain't go interview them. Jeez. And look, even another card. Need to interview more suspects. The ha, the ha. The ha, 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 ha. Go interview more suspects. You could have been solved this crime. Y'all around here legally harassing and stalking people you shouldn't even be watching. And the ones around here committing murder and doing all kind of crimes and mishiring hitman and all kinds of shit. They just get away with murder. Ooh, y'all get on my wretched nerves. The next card we have is victim had a history with the killer. You see this? That's Wanda. That's the victim. This the killer here. Look at that. You see how he got the weapon in behind his back there right there? With the other hand. That fool was a snake. He a Decepticon. He a psychopath. He's a narcissist. The cards don't lie, y'all. I done told y'all. I told y'all the whole reading before I even got to the cards. The cards is telling you what I just told you. Okay, so the hidden message, the hidden truth, excuse me, in this, so this fool is feeling like this. I know I messed everything up. Gee, thanks for that bit of information, sir. Yeah, you killed somebody. I believe you messed it up. Silly ass. The next message we have here, I wish I could take back my words. Now he's sitting somewhere because he that fool sitting in jail right now on some other crime. He ain't got nothing to think about. How he killed this woman who'd probably bailed his stupid ass out if you had to kill her. Now you wish you can take back the awful, evil, mean words that you said to her on the day that you killed her. Next we have here, I hid who I really am from you. You sure did. You sure did. Because you was a sex addicted, drug addicted, lying, cheating, backstabbing, low down, dirty dog. And a murderer. And a narcissist. You hid all of who you was. The next message we have here is, we both know I'm not for you. Gee, thanks. You think you could have told her that a little bit earlier? There would have been some valuable information that she could have used earlier. And if you knew you wasn't the one from her when she came to break up with your ass, how come you just didn't let her leave? And you and your little tenderoni could have ran off into the sunset if y'all wanted to. But nah, you couldn't let her go. You had an obsession. You had to kill her. You were scared she was gonna tell. I wish I had treated you better. Mm, 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 mm. I feel like all these messages is coming from this low down dirty shame of an old man she had. I wish I had treated you better. He got a whole lot of wishes now, don't he? You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Really. I don't think he was holding. He was thinking about holding on to her when he was messing around with the little young girl. Tell me how hard it was to let you go. And you done murdered this woman in cold blood. See, that's how you know folk got problems. And can't nobody solve them. Ain't even no medication for that. The timing just wasn't right for us. Another message from my old man. I knew exactly what I was doing. Yeah, premeditated murder. You murdered in cold blood. You knew exactly what you was doing. You knew when you called her over there that you had your little girlfriend there. You knew it. You knew what when she got there, how you was gonna act, what you was gonna say, what you was gonna do, and y'all knew that y'all was gonna take her out. Why? Because it was already set up playing sacrifice. That's why. Freaking loser. I regret lying to you. All the times he done cheated. All the lies he told about lies that he told. He regret lying to her. He's a scum. He's scum of the earth. And then, this is stupid. And then this is what this fool thinking. You were the best thing in my life. Silly. Silly rabbit. Okay, y'all. We're going to get into these last few little messages from Spirit, honey. I just hate even seeing this card. I really do. This card looks so evil and just eerie and awful. We have the death card here, okay? This clearly lets us know that Wanda Faye Walker has passed away. She is dead. And you see how this card look? This card came up the other day for another young lady's reading that I did. I feel like Wanda is still in the water. She's still submerged in water in that lake. Cause don't they look like, you see all this darkness and stuff around her? Don't they look like she in water dead? And you see these vines and stuff that's wrapped around her and stuff that's probably underwater. Whew. The next message we have here is bitch fire. So we got 7-7 here because we got this death card was a 7 card here, and here we have number 16. 16 going to 7, so we got 7-7 here. They say bitch fire. Stand up for yourself, and I believe that's what Wanda Walker was doing that day. She was standing up for herself, honey. You see this, like she was going to let her light shine, and she was going to let this fool know, look, you're not going to keep treating me like this. You're not going to do this to me anymore. You done called me over here. You got your little girlfriend over here. So now you just blatantly disrespecting me in my face. And that's when the knockout, drag out fight happened, honey. And they did that woman the way they did, and they ended up killing her. But Wanda wasn't no punk. She stood up for herself, okay? She didn't go over there not like no little weakling. She stood up for herself. She was the type that would talk back. She gonna tell you how she feel, what she thought. She stood up. She didn't have no problem with standing up for herself. But she had no idea that it would end up the way it did, and that fool and his little girlfriend would kill her. She had no idea that the whole family was in behind setting her up to be sacrificed. That's what she did know. Why did she know that? Because this 15, here it goes into a 6. This talks about decisions. Okay? And it says release yourself from that which holds you back. This is what she was doing. She was trying to release that toxic fool. She wanted him out her life. She wanted him out her life. And he couldn't take it. It was okay for him to do what he wanted to do to her. But it wasn't okay for her to leave him for the betterment of her own self and her own life. But see, it was a setup anyway. It was set up to go right. It was set up to go wrong anyway. One just didn't know it was a setup that was going to take place, that was going to go down that day. Okay, so the next message we have here is believe in magic. It says, open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy and Wanda is in nature. Okay? The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature. So you are magical too. Isn't it amazing, y'all? Every card, look at this. Every card that I pull, they all purple. All that purple. Okay? Even in this card, they all purple. Got that purple in there. I don't know if purple was her favorite color or something, but I found it quite interesting that all of the oracle cards that I pulled out for her was purple. But purple is like really like a royal type of color or whatever, but I just found that quite interesting. So you all, that completes the reading for Miss Wanda Faye Walker. I do thank each and every one of you for listening and for watching. If you will, please like, share, and subscribe. For those of you who are have any missing mysteries or murder mysteries ideas, or it's just any general topics that you would like me to speak about or do a reading about, please feel free to email me. Either you can message me in the comments or you can email me at tiffanyziegler60@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to the channel, you are more than welcome to. You can do so through Cash App, which is $TiffDiamond36. It will be greatly appreciated. It would be put to good use to help this channel grow and glow, and to help me to help others, to heal and help others, actually. So like I said, I thank you in advance with every fiber of my being. As I tell you all, always take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, okay? This is a wicked world that we live in, y'all. And there is wickedness in high places. There is evil that is creeping around every corner. And you just never know when your day, what day is going to be your last day here on this earth. You never know, who or if or when you may be betrayed by someone, okay? Because it's the very ones who smile in your face. It's the very ones who say that they love you, be the ones that'll set you up, okay? So y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared. Because if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready, baby. And until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste.